Hello, good morning. My name is Sebastián Nicolás Wintgens Zorrero. I'm 18 years old and I am a responsible, analytical, communicative and dedicated person. I'm the kind of person that doesn't give up easily. I always try to be happy and enjoy what I do. I always look for something more difficult than what I'm doing now. I look for something harder to do, another challenge, and improve what I'm doing, because we can always improve with what we learned today and what we know from yesterday to do better tomorrow. That's my way of thinking and of seeing life. My experience at tech has marked me and left me with three main competences that I developed throughout my high school and that I put them into practice every day. These skills are as follows: personal and social responsibility, collaborative work, and critical thinking. These competences have been developed thanks to many experiences that I have had in the tech high school, and that has taught me and reinforced me, starting with personal and social responsibility. When I entered the tech, I realized that there's not someone who is always going to be behind you, remembering what you should do, and the only person that can do that is yourself. So you have to be responsible for your things and for what you do, and also for what you decide not to do, since there will be times that you cannot achieve or cannot do everything. Speaking in the personal side of responsibility, currently I have a global average of 90, and I have achieved that thanks to the fact that I learned that I need to be responsible and do the things well, because if not, it does not go well, or you may do something, but if you don't do it well, you won't have a good grade, or you simply do not do it because you forgot to do it. And for that, you have to have an agenda. That's really important, of pending things that you will have to do in the day or in the week or even in the month. But also in the tech, they've taught me the value and importance of helping others. Is there what social responsibility applies? In this case, I have two examples to give. The first one being every semester we do social service with the tech, and we go to a school and either we fix something on the school or we give classes on the school. Lately, a couple of weeks ago, we went to Santa Lucia to teach some students of 3rd grade. The second example I want to give is Crece Camp. In 2019, the summer of 2019, the 10th edition of Crece Camp took place in the tech, and I volunteered to help for a whole week with a person that had autism, and I was in charge of that person, and we did many activities that were rather to teach them something or to make them happy or to make them develop some abilities. And it was a pretty good week, and I think the boy, it was called Jose, he went pretty happy after that week. And that's one important part of that we have to see and don't forget is helping others. The second competence that I want to share with you is collaborative work. In high school and in life, it is very important to know how to work as a team, because you are not always going to be able to do all the work by yourself, and you will need the support and the help of a team to do it. And this competence, we can break down others that are vital to be able to work in a team effectively. You need to know how to communicate, express your ideas with others, in addition to listening the ideas of others. It is also necessary to be a leader, organize things, make a plan, because not everybody on a team knows what to do, and in case that someone's not doing what they should do, talk with him and make him work. A project which required this competence to be carried out, and which was one of my favorite projects during my stay at the Tech High School, was CANSAT, for its abbreviation in English, Satellite in a Can. This project consisted on the assembly and planning of a meteorological satellite, which we launched in Aguascalientes in November 2018, and we recovered that same day in Zacatecas. In this project, we were about 15 students from Guadalajara, and here we have a picture of the team the day of the launch. And from 4 months before the launch, we had to organize the team's ideas to decide what we were going to do and how we were going to do it. It's really important. And throughout the project, we developed a collaborative work competence. Even in the end, when interpreting the data recorded by the satellite, since we had all to interpret and research conclusions based on the knowledge of each team member. The last competence of which I will speak today, which I consider to be the most important one, is critical thinking. The definition of this competence is knowing how to take a critical and ethical stance regarding the facts, events, and judgments that are taken or faced. These meaning that you have to know how to think in a right and correct way without letting other factors change your opinion. The Tech High School always pushed me to think critically and analytically in face of different scenarios that are presented to us daily. Since I entered the first semester, I realized that things are not always as they appear, or that the correct answer is not always the most obvious one. A very clear example where I had to use this competence was in the student government when I was part of the Students' Council. Here we have a picture of the Students' Council. This was an area of the government, the student government, which consisted that we listened to the students, and we were like a bridge from the students to the directors. So the students told us what they didn't like and what the tech could do to make their stance in the tech better and more memorable, and we transmit that message to the directors. But we had to use critical thinking here, because not everybody is always telling the truth. So we have to hear, see, evaluate by ourselves, and then we can transmit the information. In the end, all these competences, surely developed thanks to the Prepa Tech, but also from myself, are going not just for studying, but they are for life. And what I mean for life is that these competences will help me in my professional life because they apply in real life situations, and they work as a tool for me to be a better and more prepared person in the professional world. Thank you.
Sebastián, quiero felicitarte. Ahora que veo tu proyecto del portafolio, me da mucho gusto ver el crecimiento que has tenido. Si apenas recuerdo que hace 3 años tomabas la bicicleta en los recreos para estar en el TEC y ahora veo este tipo de proyectos que has hecho, felicidades. Veo que has madurado, veo que has crecido, así que te deseo que te vaya muy bien, Sebastián, que seas un niño de bien y que seas un feliz.
Y retomando el punto de ¿para qué estoy haciendo este portafolio de evidencias? Pues yo creo que es un momento de reflexión. Una reflexión de dónde estoy y sobre todo cuáles son mis fuerzas, qué puedo hacer y a dónde quiero ir. Estás ahora por ingresar a la universidad. Espero que esta herramienta te pueda servir y que estos pequeños breaks que haces para hacer una pequeña reflexión te sirvan en la vida, hijo. Godspeed.